All right, guys, so welcome to the second week of Thrive in 5. So we're going to be going over all the indices again this week. So far, we're going to be starting out with ES, SPY, for everybody who follows the S&P. So obviously, overall market here had a huge week, right? We trended up higher. In the beginning of the week, we had a little bit of a dip. If you check on the daily, right, you can see that first day, second day, we had a little bit of a dip. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, absolutely ripped. So we did predict, that we'd get that little touch of this green box that we said on Monday and Tuesday and dip down. However, bulls were very strong Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, surging past the upper trend line that we had drawn out here, right? Green box. So targets for this week, markets do open in about a little bit less than an hour, so we'll see where we open. But if we are bullish again for this week, it's pretty much a straight shot towards this 4,200 level or so, okay? So 4,200, 4,190, pretty much these highs here would be upper targets. And then, if we reject back down, obviously right back towards this green box, 40.50 to 40.10 or so, okay? Now, this really was an explosion, not with SPY names, right, but more with tech again. So we went over this last week as well, that tech was very strong. And while we might reject here, which we did again, same thing in the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, right? Once we had that higher low on that daily chart here, right, we exploded back up. So we crossed that green resistance, and now we are pretty much again in a straight shot back to these highs here from August of last year, okay? So 13,600, 13,700 are the targets for NQ if we are bullish. But if we do see that first dip, again, we will look to, short back below 13K, okay? So again, the market's going to depend a lot on what's going on the first few days, right? But you need to see a full bearish close, okay? Don't get fooled like last week. When we had those reversals, make sure you guys have stops if you are shorting into play. All right, we will go over some of the economic news that we'll see in a second. Next, we'll go over to the Russell. So the Russell, same thing we said last week, right? That we're holding these lows here. So if we broke below, we'd see a big move down. We are still holding these levels. Now the Russell's a little bit different. Again, we have all of these EMAs and MAs here, right? Here's the ones I use for you guys who don't know: 50 MA, 200 MA, and the blue is the 20 EMA. But all of these two MAs and this EMA are probably going to act as resistance as well. The Russell itself, trading, the Russell is probably riskier at this point just because you're in such a big chop range here. Unless you're longing these lows, right, shorting towards this resistance here around 2,000 or the midpoint at 1,900, it's a tough spot to trade. So I'd probably stick to the other names like ES and NQ. The Dow, also, right, we talked about this last week. We retested this trend line here, okay, and we are breaking higher. However, the highest resistance, VPOC here, right, the highest point of control, highest volume is around 33,900. Okay, so you can see here, this is where the highest volume of shares was traded, and it makes sense, right? Support, 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 almost broken, comes back, rejected, and chopped around here. So this is the highest volume traded is here at 33,900. So if we have a bull week again, I expect the Dow to head towards this level. If we have another week like this, guys, and we do close above those three levels that I just mentioned for the Dow, ES, and NQ, then in that, the theory of the all-time highs again should be, pretty much set in stone right from there. When you look at NQ especially, it's pretty insane. You look at the actual, this is the weekly chart before, but if you look at the monthly chart, right, huge move up. I mean, it's as bullish as it gets. Volumes was very high as well, right? And we are coming up to a critical level here, right? Same thing, that 13.7 up to 14K level, okay? And it looks like this was just a little bit of a pit stop before another move up. So don't let everybody on Twitter scare you or any of the news that you're reading on Instagram, etc. Right? Try to stick in to what you see. But news for this week: Monday we got ISM, construction, couple Fed speakers. Tuesday we got jobs. Thursday we have jobless claims, and Friday we got unemployment report. All right, consumer credit as well. So not too much data, but of course each day, around 10, be careful in trading before that. But that's it for me, guys. Hope you guys have a good week. Watch out for those levels if we do go bull. Otherwise, you can play short to the levels that we were at midpoint last week, or start of the week if we do end up bearish. All right, guys, good luck. Have a good one.